Hi, everyone. We'll be starting the program preview session by Brown University in a few minutes. Meanwhile, a very happy new year to everyone. It's fantastic to have you all on board. I'm Rasha Khan. I'm your host for today's webinar, and I'm joining all the way from Bangalore, India. Would love to know where are you tuning in from. Please do let us know your name and which is the country or city you're tuning in from. So I've just put on my introduction on the chat here as well. Awesome. I see a lot of folks joining in. We'll be starting on time just in a few minutes. We're just waiting folks to get settled in. So yeah. Meanwhile, let's utilize that time for doing a quick round of introductions on the chat here. Please do mention your name and where are you joining us from on the chat. I see you folks have already started sharing your introductions on the chat here. That's great. Awesome. I see Yusuf has joined us from Kuwait. I see someone has joined us from Kenya, Africa. I see Rijo has joined us from India, Balcom from Nigeria, Trupti from Mumbai, Charlotte from North Carolina, and Akib has joined us from Malaysia. Good to see folks joining from different countries. That's great. It's always good to see a diverse set of audience. Uh, awesome. I think the chat is blowing up completely. That's great with your introductions. I think let's just wait for 2 more minutes. We would love to see more introductions coming from your end. It's always good to network right these events before we start. And I hope your new year is to a good start for everyone here. Once again, wishing everyone who has just joined us have a very happy new year. I see Mujahid has joined us from Nigeria. I can see Zakaria has joined us from Lebanon, Lisa from Nigeria. Sami says Happy New Year to you as well. Lerato has joined us from South Africa. Awesome folks. Meanwhile, you're giving your introductions. Let me quickly take you through few quick ground rules here. Yeah. So for today's session, in case you have any questions for our speaker, Alison, who has already joined us, you can put down your questions in the Q&A box here. So if you're joined from mobile, laptop, or desktop, you can easily go to the Q&A box of the session and put down your questions there. In case you have any particular questions about the program as well, when we will be talking about the Brown University's program, you can also put down your questions related to the program as well. So please do that. And because we would love to address all of your queries as much as possible and help you out in any way possible in your career. Also, the session is being recorded. So in case you want to go through the recording of the session again, in case you've missed anything, you can expect a follow-up email from us with the recording link to view and also the webinar certificate for attending this webinar from Simplilearn. And for folks who actually want the webinar certificate, you need to request a proof of attendance for this webinar. You can provide your full name in the post-webinar survey. Post-webinar survey is by Zoom. Basically, when this webinar ends in 60 minutes, which is of 60 minutes duration, you will see a pop-up by Zoom, which is called post-webinar survey, where obviously we will need your feedback on how the webinar was or how we can make it better. But also you can put on your full name in there, which you would want to see in your certificate. So I'll help you with that towards the end of the session as well. So please don't worry. And for the webinar certificate, you need to stay till the end of the session. So please make sure to do that. Moving on. So let's start with how many years of experience do you currently have? Let's get to know you a little better. Let me just quickly launch this poll here. You can see a quick poll launched on the screen. So we're starting with a quick poll here to understand how many years of experience do you currently have. I see almost 270 plus folks have joined us currently, and the number is actually growing as we speak. And the polls are also moving pretty fast. So I see a lot of you folks have joined us, and you're pretty quick with your replies and responses to the poll. That's great. Keep the energy up throughout the session. We have a very interesting program preview lined up for you by Brown University. And we will be sharing a lot of interesting insights of basically the Brown University's program. Awesome. Keep the introductions coming in as we go. I think I'll just give 10 seconds more for the poll here because I see all 200 of you have actually voted for the poll, but I see a lot of new folks have joined. So I think let's give 10 more seconds. Meanwhile, please keep the introductions coming in. Someone is asking experience in what? So when I'm talking about experience here, I'm talking about work experience here. I hope that answers your question. This is just to understand. Usually, we get a lot of folks joining from different set of experiences, and it's always good to see, what kind of experience do you have, and this also gives a speaker an idea of what kind of folks have joined us. So basically, they can tailor the responses, accordingly during the webinar. Awesome. I think I'll be closing the poll in 5 seconds. I see most of you have actually responded to the poll, so that's great. Last 5 seconds, folks, for the poll here. How many years of experience do you have? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll and also share the results with you folks. As we can see that 38% of you who have joined us have more than 5 years of experience. That's interesting. And 35% of you who have joined us are currently studying as well. Completely interesting, like completely currently studying and more than 5 years. Like definitely we see a lot of folks joining from both the studying part and also the working part, experienced professionals as well. And 23% of you have 0 to 3 years of experience and 4% of you have the 3 to 5 years of experience. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That definitely gives us understanding of what kind of audience have joined us, and for you to also know. As we move on, let's talk about the agenda of the session today. So we'll be getting to know a little bit more about you, how we can help you out in your career better. We'll be talking about applied AI in data science careers in 2024. We'll be talking about what this program exactly offers by Brown University and how this program gets you future ready. And for folks who share interest in enrollment, we'll be taking you through the enrollment steps of the program. And also there'll be a special duration for the Q&A part. So in case you have any questions for our speaker, Alison, who has already joined us today, you can let us know in the Q&A box, because I see a lot of you folks have joined just now. We are still actually, the numbers are growing in the audience. We are 300 plus right now. That's great. So for a lot of you folks who have joined us, you can put down your questions in the Q&A box. And we actually have started getting questions in the Q&A box also already. And we are just yet to start the session. Thank you so much, folks, for such a great response. I think let's start with introduction of our speaker today, Alison West. Alison, would like to welcome you and wish you a very happy new year. Thank you for taking our time for this program review by Brown University. We would love to know a little bit about you, but let me just give you an introduction here. Alison here is Associate Director of Corporate and Executive Education, Brown School of Professional Studies. She has over 10 years of experience developing and implementing executive education programs. She's MBA in Leadership and Organizational Transformation from Questrom School of Business, correct me. Alison, we would love to know a little bit about you as well, from you as well, for the audience here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Happy New Year, and thank you all for joining us today. I'm so excited to be here. I am someone who is very passionate about lifelong learning. I think we have all seen in it, especially the last couple of years, that the skills, both the hard and soft skills that we need to succeed in the workplace and to make a positive impact in it, has changed drastically over the last few years. And that is why I am so excited to be able to offer programs like this program in applied AI and data science, where you have the opportunity in a format that's flexible and fits your busy lives and your busy schedule to learn a new skill that will help you in your career, whether it's to excel in the career you already have or whether it's to transition into a new career. And that is the mission of our School of Professional Studies at Brown University. Our mission is to give you the tools and the skills that you need to change the way the world works for good. And we do that through offering a portfolio of different programs, but all of them share the dedication to being flexible so that you can do it during your working, busy lives. And all of them share the dedication to being on in-demand skills that will actually impact your career prospects. So thank you so much for coming here today to learn more about this program. It was a joy to partner with Simplilearn on creating this program, and I look forward to telling you more about the program and to answering your questions.
Thank you so much, Alison, for your introduction here. It's always pleasure hosting you. I think let's start with talking about careers in applied AI and data science in 2024. Let's start with talking about what are the skills in AI and data science that will be in demand in 2024 here. As we can see, there are so many skills here. Maybe we can start with something for someone who does not belong to an AI data science field and will be really good for them to start with this skill through this program. Maybe you can start with that as well, or you can go with the flow with so many skills we will learn in through this program.
Yep, absolutely. So I was actually just yesterday, I was taking a look at some data around Google searches and how they've changed over the last just year. And the one trend that was most striking to me is that AI was the #1 change in 2020, in late 2023, and now we're into 2024. It had a huge dramatic spike. So if we had access to this line graph and we were all looking at it together, AI has always been a topic that people are interested in. So it's always kind of had a steady growth. But then in just the last year, it had this astronomical growth. And I think that that really speaks to how in demand this skill set is. And I think that, some of the questions I'm seeing already that have come in through the Q&A are around what types of jobs need to be familiar with AI. And I think that's something that's very interesting and notable. It's something I'm watching in 2024 as well, is that while data scientists and folks who actually work in the computer field will be the most impacted by the quick changes in AI, they're not the only ones. We're seeing huge changes in fields ranging from customer service to marketing to all sorts of different interactions that have been incorporating AI more and more. And I think that's a trend we're going to continue to see. So I think that the skills that are listed here, such as machine learning, deep learning, data engineering, generative AI in particular, data storytelling, data governance and ethics is another one we're seeing a huge trend in because this technology has exploded so quickly. A lot of us don't know how to optimize it, and a lot of us are nervous about it. And by us, I don't just mean us, I mean our customers as well. So the people that we are working with and for have some trepidation that I think is noteworthy around this new technology. And so being in a position to be able to architect and craft ethics and regulations around AI, in addition to using it really optimally to be able to make workflows work better and to make your work product both higher quality and more efficient, I think is going to be one of the top skills that we see in 2024. And so I'm really happy that we're able to offer this program that gives you skills in these types of skills like machine learning and Python and data storytelling that I think is going to become only more important in 2024.
Totally agree with that, Alison. Thank you so much for digging through these in-demand skills in AI data science in 2024, future and beyond. Now that we've talked about the skills here, how can we miss talking about the career paths in AI data science here, right? I see a lot of questions coming about the career path and if they are eligible or not. I think definitely you can answer these questions as well, maybe towards the end, if we, during the Q&A part. But yeah, I'm pretty sure folks here have a lot of questions about the career here. So maybe if you can take us through these career paths, which folks can take up, would be great.
Absolutely, I'm happy to. This program is designed for people who want a little bit of a deeper dive in AI and data science. And so this program, our primary audience are those of you who will be using this technology, AI and data science, on a day-to-day basis. And so you'll have a lot of opportunity to practice through very hands-on exercises. And as a result of the fluency that you're going to gain, and also the work product that you're going to have at the end, because all of these exercises that you work on are samples that you can then bring in a job search or in a performance review conversation. As a result of that, the types of careers that this program is preparing you for include things like data scientist, machine learning engineer, data analyst, AI ethics consultant, AI product manager, and business intelligence analyst. So it's mostly people who are actually going to be really working on data science and AI day to day, rather than someone who has just a little bit of an interest in it, but is not looking for that to be a career. But these are some of the fastest growing careers. And so I do think that this is, it still offers a wide range of paths that are going to be really big in 2024.
Totally agree with that. Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us through these diverse careers which will in demand in AI and data science in 2024. Now, let's talk about what's changing in the AI/ML space for 2024 as well, now that we have talked about skills and career paths.
Absolutely. So there are kind of four main trends we're paying a lot of attention to. The first is AI democratization, meaning that there's increased accessibility for AI tools for non-experts. I think a really strong example of that we've all seen is generative AI tools such as ChatGPT. And because those are free and available publicly, even people who don't have a computer background or programming background are able to take advantage of those tools. That has really, really strong opportunities for us. And it also has some dangers that we kind of spoke about already around the ethics. So that leads us to number two, which the second trend that we are seeing is that there's going to be a heightened focus on responsible AI development and deployment. And we have seen that at a national level already with some of the recent, there's been some turmoil within the leadership of the platform OpenAI, which is the one that runs the ChatGPT platform that most of us use. And there have already been huge ethics concerns raised there. And in addition, we're seeing most countries are behind the curve in making government regulations. And as a result, I think it's going to be up to a lot of us as leaders and as data scientists to create the ethics and the rules that we want to see within our own organizations while we see governments kind of catch up. So I think that's going to be huge in 2024, is us kind of setting the rules and regulations to make sure we're using these tools in an ethical and responsible way. And then in addition, which I already touched on a little bit, I think we will start to see more AI regulation, stricter regulations governing AI technology that comes from government. And I think it'll be really interesting to see to what extent they'll be similar across countries and to what extent they'll be different. And so those of us who work in global markets may have to adapt to multiple different types of rules. And then lastly, which I think is actually good news for those of you who are here in this webinar, we are going to see an AI talent shortage because these skills are changing so quickly and the demand is growing so fast and across so many different fields that we're going to be really struggling to find the people who can help us keep up with this. And so for those of you who are here today, who are interested in this technology and maybe already have a little bit of a background, it seems like many of you have more than 5 years of work experience, we're going to be really relying on you to lead the charge to help us make sure we are using AI both effectively and ethically.
Totally agree to that, Alison. That sounds pretty interesting, like what's ahead, in the AI/ML space for 2024 and future beyond. I see a lot of you, sharing a lot of interesting questions on the chat here. We are so sorry. We actually have a crowd of 400 plus people joining us here, and the chat is completely bucked up with your messages. So we actually might miss your messages here. So please do put down your questions in the Q&A box so we can address as many questions as possible by you, which we would love to. So that is why I'm just pointing this out once again. So yeah, moving on. Now that we have talked about the skills here, we have talked about the career paths which you can take up in AI data science in 2024 and also which will be in demand in the future as well. So, and we have talked about what's changing in the AI/ML space as well. So what exactly is stopping you from gaining expertise in AI and data science? So I'm just launching a quick poll to understand what exactly is the challenge you're facing when it comes to pursuing a career towards AI data science or becoming an AI data science expert. So you can see three quick options here. The first one here is I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. Second one, I don't have the practical exposure I need to become job ready. Third one is my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So you can choose from these options, and this is a multiple choice poll. So you can select multiple options because there can be multiple concerns, right, or challenges you're facing. Also, if this particular poll does not cover your challenge or what exactly is stopping you from gaining expertise in AI and data science, you can let us know on the chat or in the Q&A box. I think I will recommend the Q&A box because the chat is blowing up like anything, because we have gotten a lot of folks who have joined us for this webinar today. That's great. And I see also the poll is also basically quickly getting a lot of responses from you folks. So thank you so much for that. You have been a very active audience here. So I see a lot of folks who are basically motivated here, and also Alison, they are basically glad to join the session and to listen to you speak as well. I saw a lot of comments there as well. I think someone has asked timing of the webinar. So we just started like 20 minutes ago, and it ends in 60 minutes. So I think it should end in next 40 minutes or so. We'll try to cover it by then. Also, in case you have missed any part of the session, please don't worry. We do have the recording of the session. The session has been recorded. So you can expect a follow-up email with the recording link of the session as well. Fatima says that this is interesting. So thank you so much, Fatima. We have a lot of things lined up for you about the university as well. So I think I'll just give last 5 seconds for the poll here. What exactly is stopping you from gaining expertise in AI and data science? Let's give last 5 seconds, folks, for this poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll and also share the results with you folks and Alison here, just to understand. Let's see what exactly is stopping you folks from gaining expertise in AI and data science. So we have gotten 50% of the votes for I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. We have gotten 43% of the votes from you for I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. 35% of the votes for my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So I think this definitely gives us a really good understanding of what exactly is the challenge you're facing. As I mentioned earlier, if there is anything else, please do let us know in the Q&A box as well. We would love to address your query there as well. So now let us introduce you to the Applied AI and Data Science program by Brown University here. This program comes with a comprehensive curriculum with an industry-aligned learning path, and you get to access to online live discussion, supplement self-paced learning, and integrated assignments and quizzes for practical learning as well. This program duration is of 3 months, and you can just complete it by giving 3 to 5 hours per week. Definitely makes it very flexible to fit your lifestyle and schedule, because I saw a lot of you are working professionals, and this program, if you're aspiring for it, definitely can fit in those 3 months, with your working lifestyle as well. Now, at the end of it all, you'll be getting a professional certificate by School of Professional Studies at Brown University Online, which you can see on the screen here for the Applied AI and Data Science program, which we're talking about right now. Also, you get to build and optimize machine learning models to enhance decision-making processes as well through this program. And let's talk about the Brown difference here, Alison. So what exactly is the Brown difference here? Why people want to go to a Brown University or learn from it through this Brown University Online?
Absolutely. I love working at Brown University because I think we have always been and continue to be on the cutting edge. Since 1764, when we were founded, we have been known for being creative and pushing the envelope. So, for example, one of the hallmarks of our undergrad curriculum is an open curriculum where there are no requirements on what to study. And I think that ethics and that ethos still kind of comes through even in programs like this, because we are really dedicated to making sure that the learning meets your goals. And so that is why this program is so specific on the topic of applied data science and AI, because we want you to be able to take this program if it's right for you and it fits the skill set that you want to gain. And we have a super strong focus on it being applied and practical, something that you can use right away. In addition, we're really known for our interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary research. And we're really known for having a really extensive network of incredible faculty members. And we will talk a little bit more in a moment. I'll introduce you to the faculty member that you would meet through this program, but he is no exception. He is really one of the experts in this area. And we felt very lucky that he said yes to designing and teaching this course. And I think you would love learning from him.
Totally agree to that. Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us to the Brown difference here, the advantage here. Now, I think a lot of you have asked, like, am I eligible to take up this program? So let's talk about eligibility and prerequisites of the Brown University program here. So you need to have a basic understanding of mathematics and programming concepts. You need to be at least 18 years old with a high school diploma or equivalent. And it's encouraged to have a prior work experience, but not required. So completely welcome for folks who basically are 18 years old or with a high school diploma or equivalent, and which I see a lot of you who have joined us have I think minimal work experience or a lot of work experience as well. So definitely this program opens up for you to join. Now let's talk about how this program prepares you. So let's talk about how this program builds your applied AI data science skills step by step. We start with the induction from Brown Applied AI and Data Science program. Then we cover the foundations of data science and understanding the data, preparing the model, moving towards training the model and deep learning and generative AI. Again, another interesting addition. Maybe Alison, maybe you can talk about the generative AI part more, and also how does the applied data science, AI data science capstone projects, which we get to access through this program, help someone who basically does not have any experience in AI data science, but definitely helps in showcasing that true experience as well. Once they are done with the program and they're trying to get out there and get a job in AI data science.
Yeah, I'm happy to. This was actually really exciting. Generative AI was not part of the original curriculum that we had laid out for this program. And then as we were developing the program, it exploded and it became so clear that generative AI was an essential skill and here to stay. And so I really applaud the teaching team and the Simplilearn team for quickly adapting to that and building this module on generative AI. And I really do think it's one of the first of its kind and hopefully one of the best of its kind as well, because it focuses on what generative AI is, how it can be used, and it gives you the opportunity to actually practice it. So within that module, you have a mini project to utilize generative AI in order to complete a task. And I think that's really huge because I think right now, societally, we're at a point where we know generative AI is important, but we're still kind of struggling to figure out in what way and what use cases make sense for us and our work. And so I think that this module is going to give you the skill set and the understanding that you need to be able to use it in an impactful way, which will differentiate you from many of your colleagues who have not yet had that opportunity or that exposure. So I think that's really big. The other part that I think is really exciting is the capstone project. One of our top priorities in developing this program was to give you the hands-on experience that you need, because there's a lot of research that shows that we as adult learners, we need to actually do something with what we've learned in order to fully integrate it. If we listen to a lecture or view a video, that's great, but it doesn't really sink in until we've actually gotten to use it. And so the capstone project is designed to give you the opportunity to actually use it. And in addition, it is meant to be an element that you can bring into a portfolio if you would like, to then show your competence in perhaps a job search or perhaps a performance review where you're advocating for a promotion or a career change. It is proof of your competence, and it's a specific sample of the work that you're able to do.
Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us through these steps here, especially the part of generative AI, which is very much new and in demand as well, which is program covers. Now talking about the electives here, academic master classes by Brown University, you will be getting as a part of the electives from this program. So the elective here is optional. It is up to you if you want to take it. We do not charge anything extra for the electives part. Also, I think, Alison, you have mentioned already about the world-class respected program faculty we have. Srikhar Prasad, I think you were talking about, right? Adjunct Professor, Brown University. But you told us that you have multiple other experts who basically are part of this program as well. Maybe can you tell us a little bit about the overview, what kind of experts do we have in the program, and what kind of experience folks who will be joining the program will have from these experts.
Absolutely. Yes, so Shrikar Prasad is incredible. He is an adjunct professor of programming and data science at the Brown University Watson Institute. And in addition, he is also an industry leader. And that is something that we really look for. We look for someone who's going to be both an incredible teacher, which he is from his experience being an adjunct professor with us, and also someone who is going to be able to have the perspective of what really matters at work. So he is not someone who is going to spend time in theory or vocab words. Instead, he's someone who's going to be immediately telling you how this applies to you. And that was something I was really struck by during the development process from day one, as he was creating the table of contents for this course. He was asking himself, like, if I was new to this, what are the top skills that I would need? And he designed the course around that. He's had leadership roles in technology at organizations including Meta, Wayfair, and Alphabet. He was part of the team that actually set up some of the tools at Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, that we all use every day. So I think of him every time I use my Gmail. And he is also currently at a startup. So he has a ton of experience in different types of roles. And I think that is one of the advantages and the differentiators of this program is the deep expertise he brings in both the academic side of being able to be able to make the concepts really relatable and really accessible, and also even more notably the applied side of actually being in industry and having that perspective of what really matters.
Totally agree to that. Thank you so much, Alison. I think for giving us an overview of what exactly the faculty here on the Brown University, helps folks who basically take up the program and what kind of experience they'll be having while they're interacting with these instructors and basically respected faculty here. So also, let's talk about the tools, libraries, and platforms we'll be covering in this program. I think so. I asked a question on the chat: is my screen visible? Because I saw a few of you basically pointing out that it is not. So thank you for letting me know. Let's continue with the program. So here, the tools, libraries, and platforms you'll be learning in this by program by Brown University here: Python, Pandas, NumPy, MATLAB, Seaborn, SciFi, ChatGPT. Again, I think we have discussed about Gen AI being one of the new additions of the program here as well. So having a basic understanding of programming mathematics will definitely help you with these tools to get started with. And obviously, there'll be an introduction to these tools for someone who does not have complete understanding or a basic understanding of programming mathematics as well. So please don't be worried about that in case you're not very well aligned with AI and data science. Now, the industry aligned projects you get to work on as well. So here, basically, you get to work on industry-aligned projects, which we talked about a capstone one and how basically it helps you with your career here, how basically it helps you showcasing your true experience. Also, let's talk about the industry-aligned projects. You can see 4 projects here: retail sales analysis, employee turnover analysis, loan repayment prediction, and identify credit card fraud, fraudulent transactions. One of the industry-aligned projects you can work on through this program. So now that we have talked about the skills here, we've talked about the career paths, we have talked about how exactly this program will be building your skills towards basically becoming an AI and data science expert here. So we would love to know, how are you interested in the applied AI and data science program by Brown University here? So let me just quickly launch a quick poll here, and we would love to know your interest by, basically you can respond yes to this poll, which is launched right now. Would you like to enroll into the program by Brown University here? So as we can see, the poll is launched. We have talked about a capstone project, how exactly it helps you showcase that true experience, which in case you do not have any experience in AI and data science, there's always an ask for showcasing a project you worked on. That will definitely give you a real-time understanding on how to basically work on things when it comes to AI and data science. And also, a lot of you are here because you're interested in AI data science. We've talked about how exactly AI and data science are changing things in 2024, how exactly Gen AI will be in demand in 2024 as well through this Brown University program. As I was speaking, I see a lot of you actually have already shared interest towards enrollment. I see a lot of yeses here, so that's great. But I think I'll just give some more time for the poll here, because We have a lot of folks who have joined us, and definitely I think I'll just give some more time for folks who are still thinking about it. So you can share your responses if you're interested in enrolling into the Applied AI Data Science program by Brown University on the poll which is launched here. And we will be taking you through the enrollment steps of the program after this. I know you have a lot of questions about when exactly is the coming cohort, how to enroll, and what is the program fee. I see a lot of you have joined us from different countries as well. So I'll be sharing all those details after this poll. So let's just give time for that. And meanwhile, the Q&A box is also blowing up completely. Maybe Alison, if you have some time, we can just browse through these questions here and maybe answer them here as well. Meanwhile, I take them through the enrollment steps as well, and we will be taking as many questions as possible. Uh, because I see a lot of you have already shared some good, interesting questions for us.
And one of the questions I'm seeing come up quite a bit is around the structure of the program. So around the time commitment and also the timing of the course. And so I'd love to briefly address that. The majority of this course is asynchronous, meaning that you get to watch the videos or access the assignments on your own time. And so that makes it incredibly flexible for those of you who are working, which we know is most of you. And also, I saw some of you are also mentioning that you have high demand travel times. And so this also works for that because you can access the program from anywhere because it is asynchronous and online. However, we do, as Rasha mentioned, have these master classes that are electives, and those are live. They're still recorded, so you could still access them afterwards. And in addition, it gives you the opportunity to have direct live access to your faculty lead with Shrieker and also with one another. And so it's meant to kind of be the best of both worlds, where it's flexible, tailored to your own time, but still gives you that in-classroom experience, that in-classroom feeling. And in addition, you have a full student support team that supports you every step of the way. So you have a lot of support and a lot of interaction from people. You're not just left alone.
Thank you so much, Alison, for answering that question. Please do let us know if you have any follow-up questions for us. We're trying to cover as many questions as possible, but we do have plenty of questions in the Q&A box. We'll try to answer as many as possible with the time duration we have. I think last 10 seconds for the poll here, folks, because I see a lot of you have already shared your responses for the poll here. So last 10 seconds for you folks. Are you interested in enrolling in the Applied AI Data Science program by Brown University here? You can see a quick poll on your screen here. Would you like to enroll in the program? You can share your response as yes for enrolling. For people typing yes on the chat, please do make sure that you are actually responding yes on the poll as well. That is how we can reach out to you. So please do that as well. If not done already. I'll be sharing the program fee of basically the enrollment steps and the structure after this for folks asking about the fee and also the upcoming cohorts for the program. Awesome. I think a lot of you have already shared responses for the poll here. And I see a lot of you enrolling into the program in the coming months with the amount of folks who have actually shared interest towards enrollment. That's great. So I think last 5 seconds, folks, because I see it's still moving. The poll is still getting responses. So that is why I'm just giving more extra time for this. So last 5 seconds, folks, would you like to enroll into the program by Brown University? Please quickly go and respond to the poll here. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll. Thank you so much for sharing your responses. A lot of you, a bulk of you have shared interest towards enrollment. All basically 400 of you who have joined us. So thank you so much for that. Now I'll be taking you through the enrollment steps of the program, which a lot of you have questions about. So now that you've shared interest towards enrollment by sharing your response as yes in the poll, which we just saw, Simplilearn's learning consultants will be getting in touch with you, and they'll be taking you three simple easy steps to follow, which I'll just quickly give you an overview of. So you need to submit an application to basically at apply@askus@simply.net. After that, your application will be going for review based on the eligibility criteria which I've shared earlier. And based on that, you'll be getting admissions offer from Simplilearn's learning consultant for the Brown University program. And the upcoming cohort for the program is on Jan, but then we have a lot more upcoming cohorts in Feb, March as well. I'll be sharing the link towards the program here as well for you to check out the upcoming cohorts for your own region. Now, talking about the program fee here, which a lot of you have had questions about. So program fee for US candidates is $2,499 US dollars. Also, I think few of you asked if there are any EMI options or finance options available. So we do have that. For US candidates, we have it for as low as $220 per month. Now, for Indian candidates here, the program fee is 1,35,000, including taxes, INR. And we also have EMI options for available for as low as 4,594 rupees per month. In case you need any assistance, you can reach out to us at askus@simplelearn.net. Also, just to mention that we have limited seats per cohort. So what you can do is you can basically, I'll be asking you when exactly do you plan to enroll, just to get an approx idea. What you can do is you can let us know through that poll when exactly are you planning to enroll. So that will definitely give us an understanding on which cohort to reach out to you for. Also, for folks who have asked about immediate cohort, we do have in Jan, which you can start with, but we do have upcoming cohorts in the next coming months as well, which you can join us as well. So let me just quickly share this email ID in the chat as well in case you need any assistance. And I've already shared basically the link towards the program here as well. Yeah, because I saw a lot of you join from different countries here. So you can check it out for your own region as well. So now that you have shared your interest towards enrollment, which is a lot of you. So we would love to know how soon do you plan to enroll into the program? When exactly are you planning to enroll into the Brown University's program? So now you can see 4 quick options here. Now this is to understand when exactly are you planning to enroll and which cohort will be the most suitable for you to take up by Brown University in the coming months. So the 4 quick options here are immediately the first one, within 3 months, within 6 months, and more than 6 months from now. So you can select, in case you're looking for an immediate program, I've already shared with you the January one, but then there are other upcoming cohorts as well in the coming months. So you can select the immediate option in case you plan to join immediately. And then in case you are still thinking about it, you still need to plan things out. So I would suggest to select any of the 3 options, which is the most suitable for you. So accordingly, we can reach out to you for that upcoming cohort. Awesome. I think the Q&A box is completely blowing up, Alison. We're trying to answer as many questions as possible with the time limit we have. But I think you have answered a few of the most important questions, basic ones. Maybe we will be entering towards the Q&A part of the session after this. So maybe let's just look out for questions about the program here. If we have questions here, which we can answer if there are any repeated questions as well, which are being asked a lot. Awesome. I think most of you have shared responses for the poll here, but for folks who have shared interest towards enrollment into the Brown University's program earlier through that poll, which is a lot of you, please do go and share your response for this poll. This is for all of you folks here. Awesome. I think last 5 seconds for the poll here, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now let's move on to the Q&A part of the session. Maybe I think, Alison, I will give you the freedom to maybe browse through the questions here and answer any relevant questions which we have about the program. That will be great. Because I see we have some 60 plus questions here. And I think we have tried answering a lot of them as well. So I think maybe you can take over and look through these questions, which is relevant, and please feel free to answer these questions.
Absolutely. And I have been keeping an eye on throughout. So I am trying to answer the questions that are coming up the most often. One that has come up a couple of times is around the format and whether it'll be online. It is a fully online program, so you can take this program from wherever you are in the world and wherever you may end up in the world. So if you travel a lot, you are still able to take the course. Another question that I'm seeing quite a bit is around certificates and whether you're awarded a certificate at the end. And you are, as long as you meet the requirements for completion for the course, then you are awarded a digital both badge, which is one that you can share on LinkedIn or your website or your email signature, and also a digital printable certificate, which we saw a screenshot of. Rasha shared in one of the earlier slides. And both of those, both the certificate and the badge, come from Brown University. So they are qualified qualifications that employers would recognize and understand the value of. Another question I'm seeing come up quite a bit is kind of like a twofold question. One is around how much hands-on learning opportunities there are in the program, and one is around what differentiates this program from other programs. And I think they're one and the same because I think what differentiates our program from other programs is how hands-on it is. So I think there are a lot of other programs out there and a lot of great other programs out there that can stay a little bit too theoretical. We at universities, we do love our theories. And in data science and AI in particular, when you're looking at careers, that doesn't cut it. Just knowing the theory, you really need to be in a position where you're comfortable enough with the tools to actually apply it in its messiness. And so one of the things I really love about the way that Shrikar set up this course is that he will often do a demo where he records himself working through a problem. And he's also open during those demos about the mistakes he makes along the way and how he catches those mistakes and corrects those mistakes, which I think is a really important skill to learn. And then after he demos it, he then gives you the chance to put it into practice yourself using a different data set. So you're not just duplicating exactly what he has done, but he'll teach you how to do it. He'll show you how to do it, and then you have the opportunity to do it yourself. And I think that makes a really powerful learning program, and it gives you the opportunity to feel very confident that you have really integrated the skills and gives you a work product that you're then able to show out in your life, in your career. So I think that's what differentiates the program, and that's the level of hands-on experience you can expect. And in addition to these kind of little engagement opportunities along the way, Rasha also shared that there are 4 projects that you do throughout the program. And each of those projects you saw were in very different topic areas, and that was on purpose so that hopefully you're able to see what a wide range of opportunities there are and a wide range of applications for these tools. And so hopefully you see yourself in at least one of them. And then you have the capstone project in addition. So it is very hands-on, and I think that is a really special part of the program. Another question is around, a question I'm seeing as a trend is around career support. And we don't offer career services directly, but what we have found is that because this skill set is so in demand and because these jobs are opening at such a quick rate, what we are able to offer is that credential, so that online badge, that online certificate, and we're able to offer you work product samples that you're able to utilize. And with those 2 areas combined, we have seen really good results in career prospects for people after they graduate.
Thank you so much, Alison. I think we have answered a lot of questions which we have gotten through the session, throughout the session. I think a lot of them are repeated questions as well. I think which you have covered very nicely. So, so folks will be going towards the end of the session, but before that, we would love to know for folks who have already shared their interest towards enrollment and also have let us know when do you plan to enroll as well. We would love to know if you need any assistance in enrolling into the program. So you can see a quick poll launched. This is the last poll of the session, and we'll be going towards the end of the session. It's been great having you in the session. I saw a lot of folks who actually have shared interest towards enrollment, and we're hoping to see you in the upcoming cohorts of Brown University here of Applied AI and Data Science. If you have any questions, I have shared the email ID on the chat here. You can always reach out to us at askus@simplilearn.net if you need more help regarding this. So I'm just sharing it here once again in case you have any questions. Please do let us know on the chat here, how did you like the session as well? As you're moving towards the end of the program, we would love to know. If you have any feedback, you can give it to us during the post-webinar survey, which you'll be just keep getting. Also, I know we have gotten a lot of questions about the webinar certificate. Yes, you will be getting it. I will be ending the session now, and you will be getting a Zoom webinar pop-up where you need to put down your full name. There will be a mention for the certificate. You will have to put your full name there. Please do that. Not here on the post-webinar survey. And that is how you will be getting the post-webinar survey within like next 24 to 48 hours. So please don't worry about that. Just stay till the end once I end the session. We would also love to thank Alison Vesia for joining us and taking us through the Brown University's program here in Applied AI and Data Science, and also taking us through a lot of interesting things which are upcoming in AI and Data Science field as well. So thank you so much, Alison, for taking the time out. It's always a pleasure to host you. Would you like to say something to the folks here before we end the session?
Thank you all so much for being here. I know how busy you are, and I'm really appreciative that you took the time to learn more about this field and about this program. And we're really dedicated to making this an incredible experience for you. So I hope that if this program meets your goals and it feels right for you, I hope that you'll choose to join us, because it is a program that is incredibly applied and that we believe in and that we're excited for you to experience.
Totally agree to that, Alison. Thank you so much once again. Please do let us know in the chat here as well in case how was the session for you, and looking forward to see you, a lot of you, in the upcoming cohorts by Brown University here. Thank you so much, folks. Once again, thank you for being an amazing audience. You can expect a follow-up email with the recording link for the session to view in case you have missed anything, joined late. You can go through it once again, and also the webinar certificate as well, if you basically enter your full name in the post-webinar survey. So thank you so much, folks. Thank you. You'll be getting the certificate within 24 to 48 hours of this from the session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alison, once again. Thank you.